Why exactly Phoenix's blade stopped working there? I don't know. We might get an explanation for that later. I can't remember if I do. But that didn't look well for him. That didn't look good. The hunt for Tassadar. The Zerg hive cluster near the Scion province was destroyed, but the Protoss forces paid a high price for the victory. Praetor Phoenix, heroine steward of the Templar, was killed during the assault. The Conclave, convinced that its stratagems are winning the war against the Zerg, have let down their guard and turned their attention to personal matters. The Judicator Eldaris was ordered to find and arrest the wayward Tassadar and bring him home to stand trial for his crimes of treason. Now, with only a small fleet for protection, Eldaris and the Executor have traveled to the ash world of Char, hoping that Tassadar is still somewhere to be found.
Executor, I know that you were reluctant to leave Ire in this dark hour, and that you still grieve for the loss of your comrade, Phoenix. But remember that he lived and died as a Templar. He has reached the Kala's end. There is no greater glory than that. We Judicator are called to look beyond such matters, to ensure the safety and future of our people. It is not the Zerg, but the rogue Tassadar, who represents the greatest threat to us now. If he is allowed to spread the Dark Templar's tainted influence to Ire, all will be lost. We will find him and bring him to judgment. Tassadar claimed that this world was abandoned by the Zerg just prior to the invasion of Ire. Yet I still sense a lingering darkness here. Be prepared for anything, Executor. If there are still Zerg on this world, then they must surely know of our arrival.
Well, it's just me and Eldaris now. Hunting down Tassadar because apparently a fellow Protoss is a bigger threat than the entire Zerg swarm. Questionable decision from the Conclave and Eldaris, but I am but the Executor. I execute their will. Let's play it safe. Let's go on easy. We don't want to face a humiliating defeat and have to restart. Ah yes, the Templar. Oh, we have an attack. No, we don't. We have scan move. The High Templar is the potent psionic master of the Protoss. They can use spells such as Hallucination and Psionic Storm. And they can merge with an High Templar to create a dark non-Archon. However, they don't attack, or do they attack? I seem to remember them not attacking. They don't have a weapon. Their scan move is just basically walk. Pretty much. Scan moving units will not engage enemies. We have Storm. We need to upgrade to do Hallucination apparently. And finally Archon Merge. This is where we need to bring Tassadar back. And be ready to scan. The Psionic Storm spell is incredibly powerful. Let's see it in action. Well, that's too little to worry about yet. Well, there are definitely Zerg here. A lot of Zerg. Where did the Templar go? Oh, there you are. Wow, he almost already died. I remember this being a rough map. If you take the wrong path, you get destroyed.
My path is set. You think as I do.
Probably should have Psystormed a bit better there. We'll do what we can.
You think as I do.
The difficulty of Psystorm kills your own troops as well. You might remember we had something similar from Kerrigan in the Zerg campaign. In Mastery Call is renamed Razor Storm, which is badass. Man, looks like we have to make our way through the creep area.
My path is set. It shall be done. My path
Hallucination is arguably even more powerful than Psystorm, depending on... Hallucination creates copies of them, and they take extra damage and everything, but they are super useful anyway, because they soak up attacks. Rip, there goes one Dragoon. They're very slow, the High Templar. They do hover though, which is cool. See, the storm just flat out kills Hydralisks. Sadly does no damage to to buildings. And now we have no energy for it. How much do we have? 63? We'll have one soon. But we are running out of units here.
It shall be done. My path is set.
Wasn't so many Zerglings. Zerglings just rip us apart.
My path is set. It shall be done.
Okay, we have like nothing left now. Alright, we lost. We lost the mission. Rip in peace. Alright, let's do that again. I think we maybe went to the wrong position, maybe? That was difficult. I think I need to try to get like... Yeah, good call. Trying to attack the defensive buildings from higher ground if we can. But otherwise we might have to go another way around. Maybe try it to the right? I seem to remember being the, like... Oh, there is no way to go to the right. Okay. We only have the one way to go.
You think as I do. My path is set. You think as I do. It shall be done.
Okay, we can't go there, right? No, we can't.
It shall be done. My path is set.
We can, we'll try to separate the army up a bit, you know? Pull them back, step by step. Okay, so... we have to go through here.
You think as I do. It shall be done.
Go like this. We only face a few of them at a time.
My path is
And the Templar can storm there already.
You think as I distinct I be.
If I remember correctly, Psystorm does kill even creatures who are burrowed, which is handy. No, it didn't do much good. Don't stand in the... Oh god, we stood in the storm. And now they come from around us as well. No. It's not great, but... we're out of storm as well. Well, we'll get one soon. We're gonna need that, I think, for this area up here.
Make use of me.
Remember, there was a pretty big group of dudes at the end here.
You think as I do. My path is set.
Right, we have to do like this. We have to like get them about like one at a time.
My path is set. You think as I
Can we go up here?
It shall be done. You think as I do.
Gotta watch for them to walk into the Psystorm. That hurts a lot. Now we don't have one for a bit.
It shall be done.
But we can, if we walk here, maybe we can avoid the sunken colony.
You think as I
This seems to be a different path.
It shall be done.
Although I wonder if it leads anywhere good.
It shall be done.
45.
My path is set. It shall be done.
Oh, come on. Please tell me this actually leads somewhere.
My path is set. You think as I do.
He's closing in on having another Side Storm available.
My path is set. My path is set. You think as I do. My path
Almost certainly going to be some Zerg down here. Oh, we just got this. Yep. Right, that helped a bit. But now we don't have any for a while. Mutalisk. Well, that shouldn't be too bad with our Dragoons.
It shall be done. You think as I do. It shall be done.
Hey, this is gonna hurt. It didn't hurt as much as I expected.
It shall be done. You think as I do. My path is set.
Hey, it's the little Automaton 2000. Good old things.
My path is
What is this we found?
Aldaris, Executor, how is it that you've come here? I was about to abandon all hope of rescue.
I have come to arrest you and bring you home to Ire to stand trial.
Arrest me? Ire burns at the touch of the Zerg. You travel all this way to arrest me?
Don't let it get to you, man. This happened to me once.
Raynor!
Who is this human, Tassadar?
The name's Jim Raynor, pal, and I won't be talked down to by anybody. Not even a Protoss.
Amusing. Tassadar, your taste in companions grows ever more inexplicable. Executor, prepare to take Tassadar into custody.
Executor, wait. I do not know what they have told you about me. But what I have done for Ire. Help me find Zeratul and his Dark Templar. They alone can defeat the Overmind Cerberus. Once we have won, I shall gladly submit myself to the judgment of the Conclave.
Unthinkable. You presume that we would side with the Dark Ones as you have? You have gone quite mad, Tassadar.
You shall speak of them with respect, Aldaris. Executor, there is much that I can explain to you. If only you'll help me find Zeratul.
We've been surrounded.
This is Jimmy.
Well,
ahead, Commander.
everything just changed. Bring Tassadar and Raynor to the beacon. Tassadar and Raynor must survive. Finally, we get to see Tassadar in the flesh. A formerly high-ranking executor in the Protoss Armada. He has now been stripped of his rank. Tassadar is a High Templar, but he can actually attack. Now we have an opportunity to make the Archons for the first time. If we have High Templars, there we go. Now you can merge them and create an Archon, which is very strong. However, using them for storms and stuff is arguably more useful. Either way, now it's time to stay and build up a little bit. There's a lot more Zerg behind us now than it was before. We're gonna move our way over there as soon as we can. But yeah, we start with 4 probes and nothing. So now we sit still and wait for a while. This is the quote-unquote problem, or the issue with a lot of Starcraft, really.
Anytime you're ready.
We do have Raynor now, though.
Jimmy.
He's back.
Go ahead, Commander.
Jimmy Raynor. This is again why it does feel so weird that they cut the mission where Kerrigan and Raynor met Tassadar. It felt like such a... considering Tassadar ends up being such a major character, and he's supposed to be connected to both Raynor and Tassadar. It's weird that you never saw him before, you know?
Sounds fun. Right on.
Anyway, as fun as it would be to control both Tassadar and well, actually, where is Tassadar? There he is.
I hear you. For Adun.
I may know that this guy actually is a High Templar, but he walks. He doesn't hover, and he has feedback, and he has hallucination.
Of course. It shall be done.
So hallucination lasts 3 minutes. So I'm going to hallucinate. No, I meant to hallucinate Jim Raynor, but this will have to do. I'm going to take a look and see, just like, hallucinations make for great scouts, because you don't lose anything when they die, but they still show you everything. So as you can see, there's a lot of Zerg there, and as you can see, there's a lot of Zerg here.
Anytime you're ready.
I was going to do it on Jim because he's faster and he could probably avoid them, but that didn't happen.
How may I help?
How may I help? It is an expensive spell, though. It's 100 compared to 75.
For Adun. Of
Can you
course.
not? What happened? I used the spell, but it didn't happen.
This should be good.
Oh well.
Anytime you're ready.
Maybe I accidentally cancelled it and then the mana already went in use or something. Who knows? Alright, let's get to upgrading. Well, we need the gas for that first. Luckily, there's fairly solid amount of mineral this time around. Like, they're not so tiny, so we should have enough. I want to, yeah, about 12. So 9 plus 3, and then we'll keep that solid, because I don't think we'll have a chance to get an expansion this time around.
Go ahead, Commander.
Sadly, again, we're gonna have to leave Jim Raynor sitting here, hold position. Probably Tassadar too.
This is Jimmy.
Your will.
Although and do. Hello. We need to get our photon cannons up and running as well. When I just first played this, when I was younger, I pretty much just spent Templars on making Archons because spellcasting was tricky. It required like tabbing and so on, and you didn't have easy subgroups and things like that like you do now, so it was a lot more difficult. But these days I know the value of a good Psionic Storm, you know? So I'm not going to be making tons of Archons necessarily. They are good, don't get me wrong. But not that much. This time we can actually do that. We just need a bit of Templar Archives to upgrade level 2. That's something I definitely do want to do. And I do want to get another gateway up as well, of course. Probably best for another pylon here as well then. And a few defensive cannons. I'll set us for a bit. Raynor here. I wonder why Tassadar's at the bottom.
Your will.
Go ahead, Commander.
Put them up here in the corner.
This should be
Where they're hidden. Won't be hurt. Eventually we will need to bring them down, of course, but we can deal with that. We can now build Templars. But to do that we need to build the Templar Archives, which we can't do until we build the Cybernetics Core. So let's build the Cybernetics Core. Probably build it up here, that seems fine. Fairly certain there's no what's it called? Expansion on this map, so we're gonna make do with what we have. Which will be eventually probably a fair bit of High Templar, because we'll end up having a lot more gas than minerals. So they will end up being quite useful. Basically intend to sort of try to clear our way back the way we went, you know? Stop saying mineral field depleted. It's not depleted. I can tell. It's just not. That's just a lie. Dragoon attack range, of course. Put that into here and then start building a few. Probably mostly Dragoons. They're trickier to move around, but they just end up doing more use. You just need a solid front line of Zealots. But yeah. Cannons did alright. I did lose a bit of HP, sadly. Shield isn't too big of a deal since they can just regenerate it. Upgrades on this way. Let's build the Templar Archives. Honestly, mostly for the upgrades more than anything else, but we will end up using them eventually, I believe. Scouts, no. If you'd been able to grant us shuttles, that'd be nice, because then we could just like fly the shuttles and drop them, but we don't have that yet.
My life for ire.
A few more pylons. Can't hurt. We're gonna need the supply anyway, I suspect. We wait until the archives finish, or no? We just get the shields. No armor. We'll get the armor, and then let's build the archives. Right here underneath, where I can barely see them. That'll do. Next up, probably Dragoons. As you can see, we're already kind of starting to stockpile Vespian gas, which is going to be useful for when we build High Templar. They are only 50 minerals, but they are 150 gas, so it's quite a lot. We'll have them as a group go around like storming things we see, it's the enemies, and then when they're out of energy, we merge them together for Archons. It's a good shot, it's a good plan. Let's make sure we get the upgrades for Zealots as well. There we go. Now we can upgrade their energy and their ability to get hallucination. Hallucination is always good because they soak up hits. So there's always that. The right question is, where do we get first? I mean, we probably just get the hallucination. Well, let's build some. Glad we actually have a solid base, so that we're not rushing to get the expansion immediately.
This is Jimmy.
Kill him! Those cannons are down. We need to get some new cannons. All right. What cannons are for?
You've not enough minerals.
Might be a decent idea to actually place our Duke's Heroes there. We're ready for the fight earlier. They tend to pretty much just be coming from this area, so...
Upgrade complete.
Or at least, how about if we put the Zealots there and the Dragoons here? Templars can be sort of in the middle. Ah, we can upgrade ground weapons level 2. Yes, please. Man, they're cute, but still. And some more Templars. I think we're mostly solid in upgrades otherwise. I guess the increased energy. Sure, why not? While we're at it. This is a time where actually having another forge wouldn't be half bad, because we can go in 2 upgrade paths at the same time.
Upgrade complete.
We could upgrade like level 2 armor and over shield or whatever now. So let's go for that.
You must place that in a power field.
Just wait for that pylon to finish, I guess. More Templars. Dragoons now. Means we'll have to wait for the forge for a bit, but that's okay. Soon I think we can start actually moving the dudes out. We just need enough to get there. Like, it doesn't really matter if we lose the base once we've left. But obviously we don't want to, but...
You've not enough minerals. I have returned.
Rainer here.
I have returned. Make use of me.
Alright, rather large force now, actually. Granted, a lot of them are Templar, but that's okay. That's good, because that means we can storm. So let's see if we can start moving down.
Upgrade complete. My path is set. You think as I do.
Oh, that's a lot of them. That's a lot of them. Alright, that storm did a lot of good. Or those storms, rather.
We are under attack.
Of course, now they're coming. They always sense it. They always sense it. Well, that's what we have defenses for. Again, don't mean to use you two. Just yet.
Anytime you're ready.
Should we go this path that we went? Or are there going to be just as many Zerg here? Probably. Maybe stick with one path that we went, assuming this path does work. I mean, I imagine it does.
Rainer here.
My path is set. My path is set. You think as I
Queen! Kill it before it gets to broodling us. It did get to broodling us.
You think as I do.
Oh god, there's an Ultralisk. Stand in it, buddy.
Upgrade complete. My path is set. My life for ire.
Are we kind of broken through? Not quite yet, but almost.
You think as I do.
Might be a lot of dudes in the last way here. Oh yes, there's a lot of dudes here. Storm is so good. And then that's broken through mostly. Let's merge to Archons. And let's use let's bring the rest of the group with us.
Go ahead, Commander.
Let's go.
Oh yeah.
Walk the same path we took, basically, so that we can avoid fighting as many dudes as possible. And well, these guys can move all the way back, actually, so we just move everyone
Anytime you're ready.
in this direction.
Sounds fun.
Hopefully they won't actually... Ah, the Archons!
We are under attack.
Yeah, we can be under attack if we want, it doesn't matter.
Rainer here.
We just need to move the dudes there, so we're alright.
Sounds. Go ahead, Commander.
Doesn't really matter that the base is under attack at the moment,
This is Jimmy.
because the beacon is here.
Right on.
I hear you.
Anytime you're ready.
Your will
Poor Tassadar is so slow.
shall be
We're
done.
far behind.
We are under attack.
Yeah, there we go, we're done. Good. I was worried.
You have my thanks, Executor. Now let us find Zeratul and speed our way home.
At least temporarily, we've made a joint forces with Tassadar. And Raynor, for that matter. And now we're looking for the Dark Templar.